reversing it. So bring it forward and down. And again, I'm using this as a demonstration, so I want you to, if you need or want to use the weights, please do so. One more time. And now from here, I'm going to face the camera, pardon me, and let's start with our weights down beside us. And we're going to lift our arms shoulder height and then down. So I want you to think about, try not to let them go. I don't want them to go all the way up because that's going to be a totally different exercise. So you're just going to start with them down and let's lift. And as you're lifting, make sure that your core is engaged, that your feet are firmly grounded. And what I mean by that is you might even step your feet apart. If you're seated, allow your sits bones or your hip bones to be grounded on whatever you're sitting, whether it's in a chair or whether you're seated on your mat. Let's take it up for 2 and 1. Now this time I want you to bring your arms down in front of you and start with them on, like my hands are literally touching the tops of my thighs. And I want you to lift them up again, shoulder height and down, and lift. Are you breathing? Make sure that you're staying hydrated. So if you need to pause the video, then please get a drink. And lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lower them down. Now we're going to create a pattern here. So we're going to start with them side, down, and then front. So, and again, reminder, if it's too heavy with the weights that you have, or I'm going too fast, slow your motions down. Now in the camera, it looks like my arms are going higher than my shoulders, and they're not. I just want to say that because I'm very specific about what we're doing. And now let's take it side and then front and then side. This is the last time, and then front. Now this next one is called offering. So you're going to turn the palms up. So if you're not familiar with Pilates, this is just an exercise, and that's the name of it. So you're going to start with your hands. I'm going to walk a little closer. And I want your hands open, and they're going to start at your sides. And again, lifting shoulder height, but you're making a letter V. So it's not taking your arms out to the side. It's bringing them more up on a diagonal and then lower them down. And let's lift and lower and smile. You're doing it. I'm going to just call this a little arm movement workout here. So it's not going to be long. And let's lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep your hands beside you. We're going to go right into bicep curls. So you're just going to bicep curl. And now it's really, I want you to think about squeezing the muscle on the lift. Squeeze and then release when you lower it, your arms down. And we don't even think about this necessarily, but when you're using a smaller weight, a lot of times you can have access to activating those muscles in a different manner. And let's continue to lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, keep your arms so they are close to your sides, but I want you to let your hands come center. And now you're going to open them up like they were gates, and then bring them together. Now notice that they're not touching, and then open. And keep breathing. Can you feel the engagement with your upper back as you're doing this? Or your shoulders? If you feel these are getting into your neck, I want you to stop the video, turn your head side to side to try to keep the tension out of your neck. Now, keep them open from here. We're going to add in little tiny pulses here and press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your arms back in front of you. Now I'm going to turn sideways because I want you to see what this is going to look like. My arms are going to come up like they're sitting on a table or a pedestal. It's a tiny little movement here. You're going to press them up toward the ceiling and press for 8, 7, 6. Last 2, last 1. Now turn the palms so they're facing each other this time. And now you're going to open your arms and then bring them together for 8. So try not to hurry. Don't lose the connection from your feet to your core and even up into that upper back. And keep going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn the palms. This time, we're going to take them all the way up and then release it down. So you're bringing it like your arms are creating a W shape. Smile at the camera. Yes, I can. I know I cannot see you, but let's have a little bit of understanding here that the exercises that you're doing now are going to make your arms and your backs look really good during the summer. Let's take it 2, and now 1. Now, from here, I want you to take one weight down beside you. The other one, the palm is going to turn up. We're going to go into some lateral flexion here, working into our oblique muscles. So as you do this, you're going to take that arm up overhead, but you're going to side bend. When you bring it back down, I want you to pull that elbow into your side. So it's not tipping and topping like that. I want you to think about you're leaning over to the one side, and then when you bring it down, that elbow's going to still come back and have contact with your side. Take it over for 6, 5, 4, 3. From here, before we go to the other side, let's roll those shoulders down and back. Now, turn the palm out on the opposite side. Take it over and then pull it in. Let's continue for 4, 3, 2, and 1. This next exercise is a Pilates exercise, and it's called Hug a Tree. So I want you to envision that you have your arms around a tree. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see how my arms are shaped in front of me, and then I'll turn back to the camera. So what I want you to do is pull your arms back and then round like your arms are coming in front of a tree here. So pulling back, and let's continue here. Really think about opening through your chest and that upper back. And let's continue for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'd like you to take the weights. If you're using weights, just place them on the floor beside you. This next series is done without weights, and you will see why we're not going to, why we're not going to use the weights. Arms are going to come out to the side, and you're going to start by making small little tiny circles. So I don't want to see great big circles. These are small and controlled circles, like you are circling around like a golf ball, or no bigger than really a tennis ball. So think about the arm circles as a mechanism, and I'll talk about the muscles that we're targeting with this because there's a series here. And keep circling forward for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pause. Now we're going to reverse it. And by the time you're done, your arms should be, I don't want to use the word fatigue. Keep going for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, from here, keep the palms of your hands down, and I want you to twist them so the palms are up, and then palms come down. And keep twisting, like you're wringing out a washcloth here. And really wring it out for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm going to turn sideways once again. I want you to think about, so you're not going to lean forward, you're going to stay upright. I want your arms about shoulder height, and notice my thumbs are down, my thumbs are facing the floor. So you're going to press and then release for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to take your hands down, so now you're going to move them from here, you're going to bring them down. The pinky finger is going to lead this time. You're going to press them in, so you're pressing lower, so think triceps here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now clasp your hands behind you. Now you're going to come slightly forward. And you're going to lift your arms up off your back, even if it's just a little bit, but you're going to lift and then lower for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're going to hold it there and lift it another inch, and now we're going to lift again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your hands down. And now let's go into those. We did arm circles before, but this time I want you to take your arm across, and if your hands are tight, circle through your wrist. And now maybe it feels better to get into the tricep by taking that arm. You might even just bring it to the back of your head, but your other arm is going to help it by stretching through that, getting a little bit deeper into the muscle. And now let's go to the other arm. So let's start with bringing it across our body and circling through the wrist. And make sure that you're circling going both directions here. And now go ahead and bring your arm up. And again, you can start with it like at the base of your neck. If you can you walk your hand down that upper portion? So my fingers are actually at the very top of my back. And now from here, I want you to just release your arms down. Separate your legs, whether you're in a chair or you're seated. Separate your legs. And I want you to take your arms up and then soften in your knees and folding forward, bringing your hands toward the floor. Let the crown of your head hang heavy here. And maybe just even turning your head gently from side to side. And now slowly bring yourself up. Let your arms lift one more time. And then fold it forward, softening through your knees. Maybe you've got a soft bend in your knees here. And now slowly bring it up. Thank you for joining me in this little, what I'm going to call mini arm workout. So have a great day.